Margot Austin, you're on deck.
Hi, my name's Mariah. I'm a fifth-generation Vermonter. I live in Essex Junction, and I'm the mother of two elementary school-aged kids, and I do not believe that marijuana legalization is good for Vermont or for my kids. If we continue to legalize marijuana in our nation, I believe that we're soon going to realize that it was the biggest public health mistake of at least my lifetime. Lobbying groups like Marijuana Policy Project, who's here today, and NORML and other special interest groups have been lobbying around the US and Vermont, and they've been continuing to kind of shape the public conversation and downplay the challenges of legalization. I really applaud our state, I think, for thinking much more critically about this issue and doing a lot of work to understand what the health impacts are going to be. But I really would caution you to be careful about those who have a ability to profit off of this business, because I think what we know is that the public health consequences from something like this, the amount of money that costs to states can way outweigh the tax revenue that we get from something like this. I know that you hear a lot of data, and you have already from a lot of people, and I know that it can be hard to think about, it can be hard to hear that all the time. So I'm going to share a little bit of more personal reasons today, although I am involved in the public health field, and so that the research is kind of my forte. But we know that increased access equals increased youth, and legalization equals increased access. Our nation's drugs are more accessible because they're available at every corner store, right? They're viewed as safer because they're legal, and so they're used at dramatically higher rates. And so I guess we as a community have to decide whether that's okay. Is it okay that our use rates will increase? We already in Vermont have highest prevalence, or had the highest prevalence of 30-day marijuana use among 18 to 25-year-olds and 12 to 17-year-olds, but now Colorado has us beat. So they surpassed our use rates. We're number 2 now, and they're going in the wrong direction, and I don't want us to follow them anymore. Here, I think you know there's a whole host of poor outcomes that come from kind of continued and regular marijuana use around addiction, mental illness, and car accidents, IQ loss, and poor academic outcomes, poor quality of life. And those, as I said, result in kind of increased costs to our state around treatment needs and crime and the impact on health and traffic safety and youth use. That has a cost associated with it. And I feel like with Vermont's current budget challenges, how are we going to pay for those increased costs if we know that taxes alone will not provide enough revenue? And what kind of benefit could Vermont possibly get from legalization that would justify this kind of public health risk and additional tax burden? I used to work as an addictions counselor and a case manager, and so I am appalled by how industries profit off of addiction. And I am worried that this is another industry that will create a profit off of addiction. And so that's how industries work, right? 20% of the consumers make up 80% of the sales. It's called brand loyalty. But when it comes to something that has medical and relational societal costs like this, that has far greater impact than other industries. And so the goal of the industry is to increase use and to get people using early.
Thank you. And by the way, that noise you hear is the cutoff point. We don't want to leave anybody not able to be able to speak tonight with a limited